One of the questions I love being asked is, Ben, what army should I start collecting when it comes to AOS? Now there's a couple of armies that immediately spring to mind, one of which is featured in today's video. However, this is a brand new range expansion to that army. So will it get bumped out of that list, or will it only strengthen my recommendation? Let's find out. Hi everyone, and welcome to the More Warhammer channel. My name is Ben Mudge, and in today's video I'm going to be tackling the brand new Gloomspite Gitz Gitmob box. I just want to say a huge thank you to Games Workshop for sending me it out that little bit early so I can get it ready for your eyeballs. I'm interrupting this video with a very important message. Make sure you stick around to the end of the video to find out exactly what that is. I also believe this is called a retention strategy. Back to work. Cut to downstairs Ben. Let's crack open this box with no further ado, shall we? I have been unbelievably excited about this kit. Let's see what we've got. Okay. As is tradition. So this is the first character. Looking like they're not going to be too hard to put together, which is always a big plus. There's that massive corona. Unlike the Moons clan, these guys are all about worshipping the sun, which I think is a really cool twist to this army. That wolf is huge as well, way bigger than I thought. A nice one to paint. That's something that I do look at whenever I'm looking at these sprues. I just look at how easy they are going to be to paint, and the sprues typically will kind of give that away, but these guys look like they're going to be an absolute charm, which just makes me even more excited. So it looks like these are the two Wolf Rider packs. Yeah, these look like identical sprues. Yep, okay, so there's the Wolf Riders. And it looks like these are the two chariots as well. I just love it when the sprues are simple but detailed, and this is nailing that aesthetic, so I really am happy. Really cool artwork on the front. See that? Got the limited edition codex. Ooh, that's very similar to the Blood Angels. Very nice. Oh, really do appreciate the size of that. It's going to be much easier to build the models and have everything on the table. The War Scroll cards as well. A nice little pack there. All right, to be honest, really want to start this, so let's get into some building. That fell perfectly into the box. Look at that. I think that's a good sign. As you can see, we are 2.5 hours into this build. I have built the vast majority of the models. I built the leader and I built the 6 cavalry guys. Now the cavalry each have 2 models on them. I always suggest that you fit the piece first without putting any glue on it, and it'll just show you whether the pieces are going to line up together. So that's something I really suggest if you're getting into this hobby. All these models have been an absolute dream to put together. Some models are inherently a little bit more complex, but I think with the brand new kits, that's not the case, and this is continuing that trend of just being a genuinely enjoyable kit to put together. The thing that I was very happy with is the fact that there are 6 wolves, and each of the heads are completely interchangeable. It doesn't matter which one you put on the wolf body, they all work, because if you saw my last video where I was putting the Death Corps of Krieg models together, that was a little bit of an issue. So on this, didn't have to worry about it, which was straight away. I'm very much looking forward to putting the Sunsteel Wheelers together, because they are very reminiscent of some of the first models that I actually collected. Well, I didn't collect them, they're actually my cousin Adam's. So it's just a little bit of nostalgia there, which I really appreciate. That's going to be my next project tomorrow. I'm going to go to bed because it is 10 o'clock, but my word, it's actually 11:15. That was the last time I checked the clock. With that being said, I'm going to bed. Didn't mean that to rhyme. currently built one of the Sunstealer wheelers, which comes with 2 wolves. We've got the little chariot, and then we've got this little bit as well, which attaches to the wolves. There's going to be a lot of sub-assembling, which is not ideal. Yeah, that's the only caveat I would say. Some sub-assembly is required if you want to paint these to the level that, you know, I want to paint them to. Again, that's entirely up to you. It's your hobby at the end of the day. I'm just saying, just be prepared if that's your way of doing things. But let's get back to building the second chariot. I've just chopped off this part. We're doing well though. We are at 3.5 hours. So now that all the models have been primed, I want to share with you one of the greatest pieces of advice I feel like I could give you if you're going to tackle something like this. And that is painting a test model before you do anything else. And here's 6 reasons why. Number 1, it allows you to test out your chosen scheme. Before committing to painting an entire army, a test model just allows you to experiment. And that's most of the time for me. I don't go into these projects with a set plan. I just make it up. And this allows me to test out different colors and see what works well. Number 2, painting techniques. Again, this is a big one. Whether you're trying out new painting techniques, that could be dry brushing, it could be layering, it could be edge highlighting or weathering. A test model is going to really help you refine those skills before you end up tackling a whole army. Number 3, time management. A test model gives you a realistic idea of how long it's going to take you to paint up an entire squad, or going beyond that, an entire army. It helps you with planning and ensure that you don't get overwhelmed, which is it's a big thing in this hobby. Number 4, avoiding costly mistakes. If you're painting a full unit and then you decide you don't like it, yeah, it's a bit of a headache. Whereas if you paint a single test model, it'll allow you to course correct that little bit earlier. Number 5, checking contrast and readability of your models. Sometimes colors look great on a palette or even in your mind, but then when you put them on a model, it doesn't quite work. A test model lets you see if the details pop or if you need to add some shading or highlights to really make it look c'est magnifique. And number 6, motivation and inspiration. For me personally, when I see one of my models fully complete in the way that I really want to do it, it really gives me the motivation to get the rest of the unit or the rest of the army done. Seeing your finished model in your chosen scheme can just be a huge boost, and it helps you envision what your full army is going to look like and stay excited about the project that you're about to undertake. At this point in the project, I'm feeling pretty good. I've done my test model. I'm really happy with how he looked. I feel like the colors all really work well together. I did go for a bit of a grounded look with all the armor and all the cloth and stuff like that to really accentuate the green. And then there's obviously some red in there with them being, you know, sun worshippers. I actually feel pretty good. We're on a pretty good track. You know, it would take a force of nature to stop this going. You know, something like 100-mile-an-hour winds and a storm named after Lord of the Rings character, but that's ridiculous, right? Ah, just put my finger in the camera. There was a little bit of an issue yesterday in the fact that there was a Storm Eowyn, and whilst I didn't get as much painting done as I would like, I did get some done. We actually went down to my parents' house and I took everything with me, but I am really taking my time with this project because I've got the time for once. I'm not rushing to the finish line. So I am going to take that little bit more time with this project. So hopefully there's going to be a nicer end result. I can't tell you how much I'm enjoying this. As you can see, 11 hours and 20. This is not a time-based challenge. I'm simply recording the time so you can see how long it takes me to put this together so that you can kind of get an estimate of how much you're going to get from this box, but I am thoroughly enjoying it. I've done a bit of an assembly line here. I have got one of the guys fully done, one of the wolf riders, and I've got all of the other goblins to a certain stage. I haven't finished them all, but I decided to paint this guy fully because I just wanted to paint the leader. So again, my hobby, I'm gonna lean into what I enjoy. And then I've also got all of the, where is it? Oh my word. Are you joking me? Oh, they're out the back, that's why. So still got all of the wolves to do, but I'm still not fully confident in how I'm going to do those. So I'm gonna watch some videos on how to paint wolf skin. I'm gonna get back to painting because I've been waiting all day to get this done. So let's paint, shall we? 18 hours and 10 minutes into this project. This is where this video is going to differ a little bit from the other box to board challenges. Now, as I've said in previous ones, I have really tried to push these to get them out on the day of the pre-order. Now that's this coming Saturday. Today is the 29th. That's just not gonna happen for a couple of reasons. One, I misread the date that was on the email. I believed I had until the 15th, but the 15th is actually when they're gonna be out. So yeah, that's on me. But I am enjoying this project so much, and I really wanted to take a step back from the pressure that I was putting on myself for the other box to boards to just enjoy this project. And to be honest, this project is a little bit different to the other ones that I've done thus far, because we're probably going to use these guys in some battle reports, which I'm going to be doing a lot more of in the future. And I'm toying with the idea of having a separate channel entirely just for those type of battle reports, because at the moment there's a bit of a dilution while I'm finding my feet about what content I'm putting out, because look, this channel is not even 2 years old. I am just trying to find what I enjoy, and I have been enjoying doing the more narrative based battle reports, but I can see that they're not getting the attention that I genuinely believe they should get. They're a different thing to a lot of the other incredible battle report formats out there, but I just feel like they're getting lost in the mix. We are 18 hours, 10 minutes into this project. What have I got done? I have got one model fully completed, and honestly, it's probably the most proud I've ever been of a single model, especially in this box to board format. I just took my time and I really thoroughly enjoyed it, and I want to make sure I do the same thing with this. I do not want to lose my enjoyment of this project or the passion of mine because I'm trying to rush things out. This video is going to come out a week later after the pre-order, but a week before the actual boxes are in people's hands, so hopefully it still gathers the attention that that all the other videos have. And again, that's a huge part to you guys. If you haven't subscribed already, please do subscribe. It's a click of the button. It means the world to me and really helps support the channel. And if you want to join the Patreon as well, £3 a month. We've now set up a Discord, a little bit more at the end of the video about that. Where are we at? I'm currently working on all the goblins. Now, I decided to batch paint the rest of these guys. So I've been slowly working through all the stages on these guys at the moment. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to highlight all the reds on these guys. Then I'm going to have to work on the chariots as well, because that's not going to take too long. Janice very kindly dry brushed these guys up, so the brown contrast I'm going to use them will just stand out a little bit more. And yeah, that's where we're at. So today I'm going to be painting a lot. Tomorrow I'm going to be painting a lot. And hopefully I can get this ready for you guys next Saturday, but only time will tell. Future Ben, editing this video. Hopefully it's done. Good luck. There's a lot of footage here. This brand new office setup has allowed me to shoot a lot more creatively and just allows me that freedom that I didn't have when I was painting downstairs. I'm just not going to chat anymore. So let's get back to painting. Now, I had two questions going into this box to board challenge. Number one, how long would it take me to get this from the box to the board? Just under 28 hours. Now, the other thing I had to ask myself was, is this an army that I would still recommend to people who are getting into the hobby? It's a resounding yes, but there's a little bit of a caveat there. The caveat is that the rules that support these guys are not that good. You can check out the video I did with my friend Vince where we deep dive into the rules and any changes that have been made to this army. A massive shout out to Vince for inviting me onto the channel. There's one thing I would say though, the rules will constantly change, but the models won't. If you're thinking about an army, go with what you think looks cool. The rule of cool will always prevail. Oh, and by the way, you're probably wondering, what's this special announcement that you said at the start of the video? I'm glad internet. I have now released a merch store. I wanted to wait until I actually got them in my hands before I pushed them out. And I'm not just saying this, it exceeded my expectations. I have not taken this hoodie off. And that's one fantastic way that you can support this channel and help me continue to make videos more frequently. The other announcement we have, oh, there's two. We have now released a Patreon Discord. So if you support the Patreon, now you get added into the private More Warhammer Discord, where I'm going to be doing giveaways within that. Because if you're supporting me, I want to give back to you, and I massively appreciate that. So if you can, jump on, £3 a month, mean a huge amount to me. With that being said, I'm going to give this project 2 chef's kisses, simply because I enjoyed it so damn much. I'm genuinely so happy with how these guys look. And with that being said, I'm out.